Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Learn. So, if you are new to this channel, please click the subscribe button and also the bell icon to get the latest notification. So, till now we have been discussing about financial markets. We also discussed about money market and money market instruments. So, if you have not seen this video, the link for the playlist is given in the description box. Please watch it. So now we can start with the capital market. Okay, so let's go into the video. So today we are going to discuss two topics. First one is capital market and the second one is classification of capital market. So what is the capital market? Capital market is a major segment of financial market. As we all know, money market deals with short-term securities. Similarly, the capital market will deal with the long-term securities. It includes both debt and equity. So, who can raise long term funds? Companies and governments can raise the long term funds. Okay. So, the capital market connects the surplus unit with the deficit unit. We can also say that it facilitates the allocation of funds between savers and users. So, this is what is about capital market. So, one more thing is that what all instruments are transferred in capital market? They are most of like equity shares, debentures, bonds, etc. Okay, so this is a short note about capital market. So, next we can see the classification of capital market. The capital market can be classified into three. The first one is industrial securities market, second one is government securities market, and the third one is long-term loans. Here, the industrial securities market is further divided into primary market and secondary market. Okay, then long-term loan market is also divided into three as term loans, mortgages market, and financial guarantee market. So we can see what each of them means. First one is industrial securities market. So industrial securities market deal with equity share, preference share, debentures and bonds. Okay. So as we all know, industrial securities market is divided into two as primary market and secondary market. Here, the primary market is also known as new issue market. Okay, so what happens in a primary market? New organization will be offering their shares or debentures for the first time. Okay, that is we can say the first issue of the organization is done in primary market. So we can say that newly created securities are traded in the primary market. So what is the secondary market? The existing or old securities are traded in the secondary market. Okay, so secondary market will be having a physical existence, and the secondary market are under the regulation of SEBI and the Securities Contract Regulation Act. So we can say that NSE, that is National Stock Exchange, BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, OTCAI are some of the main secondary market in India. Okay, so we have learned what is meant by industrial securities market. It is a market where equity share and preference shares are traded, and it is classified into two, primary and secondary market. Primary market is a new issue market where newly trade first issue of securities are newly issued securities are traded, and the secondary market is where the existing or old securities are traded. Okay, so the next one is government securities market. Okay, so what is government securities market? It is also known as GSEC market. Okay, it is also known as GSEC market. So it deals with tradable debt instruments issued by government for meeting its financing requirements. So we can say that government securities market, it is debt instruments are issued by the government. So as we know, the government is issuing security, it means it will be risk free. Okay, because the government will be always taking the responsibility of the securities they issue, so it will be risk free. But as it is risk free, they tend to pay a very lower rate of interest. We know that when risk increases, the rate also increases. and if risk decrease, the rate also decrease. So we can say that in government securities market it is very risk free, and but it offer a very less rate of interest, okay, than the corporate bonds. So investors in government securities will either hold them to the maturity or sell them to the investor on secondary bond market. So who are the people who mostly buy these government securities market? Okay, these are people who invest their pension amount. So if a person who is having his pension, who is investing his pension amount, will see to it that he prefer a very risk free security, because doesn't want to take any risk with the money he's having. So mostly pension of the people who is getting their pensions are investing in this government securities market, okay. So the next one is long-term loan market. Okay, as we all know, long-term loan market is divided or classified into three as term loan market, mortgages market, and financial guarantee market. So what is long-term market? Development bank and commercial bank will be supplying long-term loans, okay, to the corporate investors. So this is known as long-term loan market. So first one is term loan market. Okay, these are loan issued by a bank for a fixed amount and fixed repayment schedule with either a fixed or floating interest rate. Okay, so term loan market will have a fixed amount and will have a fixed repayment time, and either will be having a fixed rate of interest or will be having a floating rate of interest. Okay, companies often use this term loan proceeds to purchase fixed assets such as equipments or new building for its production process. So companies are the people who mostly use this term loan market. So they use term loans to buy fixed asset or equipments for its production process. Okay. Next one is mortgage market. Mortgage market is a market where borrowers can obtain mortgage loan from a primary lender. So there will be a primary lender, and if they mortgage something, they will be getting a loan amount. Banks, mortgage brokers, mortgage bankers, and credit unions are all primary lenders and are part of this primary mortgage market. The next, the last one is financial guarantee market. Okay, so this is where we need a guarantee. Okay, guarantees can be financial contracts where a guarantor agrees to assume financial responsibility if the debtor default. So if I have to take a loan, I will be having to show up my financial guarantee. Okay, so if I make any default, the guarantor will have to take that responsibility. Guarantee may be issued by banks and insurance company. Okay, for me, my bank or my insurance company can be my guarantor. Financial guarantee can result in a high credit rating for the lender and better interest rate for the borrower. Okay, so this is about financial guarantee market. So now we can see what we can conclude with what we discussed today. First, we discussed about capital market. So it is a long term market where equity shares, preference shares are traded. Okay, it can be classified into three as industrial securities market, government securities market, and long term loans market, where industrial securities market deals with equity shares and preference shares and bonds, and it is classified into primary and secondary market. So in primary market, it is also known as new issue market, where new organization do the first issue, and secondary market is where already existing shares or bonds or securities are traded. And then next one is government securities market, in which government will be issuing securities. It is risk-free securities but will have a low rate of interest. The next one is long-term loan market, in which we get loans, and it is classified into three as term loans, which are mostly used by companies to purchase some asset or equipments. Next one is mortgage market, where we have to keep some mortgage to get a loan. And the last one is financial guarantee market, where we need a guarantor to get the loan. Okay, so if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up and also share the channel. And also subscribe and click the bell icon to get the latest notification so that you get the video as soon as I upload my video. And also I'm waiting for your precious feedback, so please provide your precious feedback in the comment section below and keep watching. Let's learn. Thank you.